We, the talent employees, at the time had realized that we had been abused and discriminated for a long period of time because we were performing jobs of the same nature that the jobs performed by the regular employees.
Pero wala kaming union, so wala kami natatanggap na mga regular employee. So sa Makatuwid, hindi kami regular employee po sa ABS-CBN since 1995. Hindi po kompleto yung benepisyong natatanggap namin. Nakompleto lang, nadagdagan lang yung benepisyo namin nung nag-file na kami ng case. Noong 2002, nadagdagan na yung benepisyo namin. Siguro po kung hindi kami...
Ang ABS-CBN ay patuloy sa pagiging isang good employer. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Attorney Nepomuceno. At kasama po naman natin ngayon ang mga kinatawan ng mga nagrereklamong empleyado ng ABS-CBN na di umano'y tinanggal sa trabaho. Atin pong pakinggan ang sasabihin nila. Una po muna nating tatawagin si Jornaly Payonan, isa sa mga dating empleyado ng ABS-CBN. Jornaly, maaari ka na pong magpahayag.
Greetings of peace and goodwill to all our honorable congressman and guests. I am Jornaly Payonan, a previous employee of ABS-CBN Corporation. I am here being the representative of the cameraman, audioman, lightman, drivers, genset operators who were dismissed by the ABS-CBN on different dates, sometimes in the year 2009-2010. We were directly hired by the ABS-CBN from the very start of our employment. Several years prior to our filing of case regularization between the years 2002 and 2004, it was also during that time that the ABS-CBN mandated us to transfer in their in-house manpower agency named Internal Job Market or IJM. We had no choice at the time except to follow the mandate of our superior because we cannot receive our salaries and benefits unless we are abide of the mandate to join the IJM as talent employees. While we are under the IJM ABS-CBN work pool of talent employees, we continued to perform our regular job assignments in the taping, shootings of different programs either produced or co-produced by the ABS-CBN. We perform our jobs along with the regular employees of ABS-CBN, but we remained as talent employees. We were also directly supervised by a supervisor, employee of ABS-CBN. We have to abide the company rules and regulation, and any infraction committed thereof will be subjected to disciplinary action. As talent employees, we did not enjoy the benefits regularly received by the regular employees, like the yearly increase in the salaries, signing bonuses under the Collective Bargaining Agreement or CBA, and other monetary and non-monetary benefits as contained in the CBA between the regular rank-and-file employees and the ABS-CBN Corporation. We were left behind in the terms of salaries, bonuses, and other benefits. We have no personal insurance in the performance of our job, but our equipment, camera lights, and the like under our care were covered by the insurance. Equipment were given higher regard than the life of the talent employees. We, the talent employees, at the time had realized that we had been abused and discriminated for a long period of time because we were performing jobs of the same nature that the jobs performed by the regular employees. Yet, we were not considered regular employees and greatly deprived of the benefits enjoyed by the regular employees. As talent employees, we collectively resolved to form an independent workers' organization, a workers' union of talent employees of ABS-CBN under the IJM. And we did carry out the resolution. We registered our workers' union and filed certification of election for us to be recognized by the ABS-CBN for the purpose of collectively negotiate like the regular employees. However, The formation of the Talent Employees Union did not sit well with ABS-CBN. All the active members were dismissed. There was mass dismissal of talent employees made sometime in the period between 2009 and 2010. The dismissal involved more than 100 talent employees. We have filed illegal dismissal cases in different batches and groups immediately after our dismissal between 2009 and 2010. Some of our colleagues who were not able to file an earlier regularization case had filed a case for regularization and illegal dismissal. Most of the cases were now pending in the Supreme Court. In our batch known as Payonan case, we have already won our regularization case with Court of Appeals, but the ABS-CBN filed a petition for review, which is now pending with the Supreme Court. Several cases of the same nature involving ABS-CBN were consolidated. However, another batch of talent employees had already won their case before the Supreme Court declaring them as regular employees of the ABS-CBN who were illegally dismissed from employment. Said decision of the Supreme Court had in fact already attained finality. That is the case of Farley Fulache, GR number 183810 versus ABS-CBN Corporation. Marlene Nazareno et al., GR number 164156 versus ABS-CBN Corporation. Noel Makatuno, GR number 237836. The group of Noel Makatuno is now enforcing the final and executory decision of the Supreme Court, and yet the ABS-CBN unceasingly opposed the issuance of the writ of execution. In this hearing of the House Representatives, we would like to manifest our concerns, not only with the ABS-CBN, but in all other networks, to look into the practice of creating another type of employment status, that is, talent or program employees instead of regular status of employment, which we see no basis in Labor Code of the Philippines. It is also high time that we respectfully request from the House of Representatives to look into the violations of the rights of the workers to form unions or organizations. We, the dismissed employees of ABS-CBN, had the first-hand experience on how difficult it is to form a union. Exercising our right to form a workers' union was confronted by our employer with a retaliation of mass dismissal. There shall be a law fortifying the right of the employees to security of tenure. Thank you po for the dismissed employees of ABS-CBN. Naway gabayan po tayo lahat ng Diyos para sa tama.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Jornally Payonan, at bukas po ang tainga ng kongresong ito upang makinig sa inyo, at hindi lang po kayo, sa lahat po ng ating mga kababayan na tinatawag na talent o mga hindi pa regular employees, ay bukas po ang pandinig ng kongresong ito, at marami po sa ating mga kasamahan ay may mga bills na isinusulong para po sa kabutihan ng ating mga empleyado. Ang susunod po natin kikilalanin ay si Mr. Christopher Mendoza, isa rin sa mga natanggal na empleyado ng ABS-CBN. Mr. Mendoza, you're now recognized. Maaari mo na pong sabihin ang iyong salaysay.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, lalong-lalo na po sa mga congressman, mga opisyalis ng ABS-CBN, at sa mga manggagawa. Ako po si Christopher Mendoza, audioman sa ABS-CBN noong 1995 until 2010. 2010, ang hindi ko makakalimutan po na nangyari sa aking buhay ay yan ng taon na siguro parang nandun ako sa shoot sa Mega Mall premiere night ng movie ni Robin. Nung tawagan ako ng kasamahan ko sa ABS, sabi niya, Papa Sam, balik ka dito sa ABS, sa studio. Sabi ko, bakit? Akit ka dito sa ERJ. may ultimatum si Sir Gabi. Sabi ko, ganun ba? Sabi ko, sige, nagpaalam ako sa production people, nakasama ko sa shooting ng premiere night ni Robin. Nagpatid ako sa ABS. Pagdating ko doon, may sumalubong sa akin doon sa ERJ, paakyat doon sa taas, at inabot ako pa nagsasalita si Sir Gabi with Ma'am Charo Santos, na yung ultimatum, na pagka hindi kami pumirma, yung araw na yon, sa buong magdamag na pagpapapirma nila, hindi namin winave yung kasong ipinail namin, wala na kaming trabaho kinabukasan. Kaya po, inabot kami ng, ako po, masasabi ko akong kauna-unang lobas ng ABS-CBN noong June 2010. Kasi po, magdamag po kami nagbantay, pinapipirma nila yung mga kasama namin doon sa building. Ako naman po at saka itong mga kasamahan ko, nagbabantay ron. Kumbaga, pinapaliwanag namin sa kanila kasi before, kampi sa amin yung mga kasama namin sa loob eh. Siguro, pagka pumasok sa kwarto, nasilaw na sila doon sa mga inoffer ng HR o kung sino man yung nasa loob ng kwarto sa ERJ. Tapos may nagsabi sa akin na isang kasamahan ko, nasa Zoom yata si paring Elmer Evaristo, sabi niya, pre nagpirmahan na sila. Tapos may lumapit sa akin isang audio man na kasamahan ko, sabi niya, papasan, pasensya na, pumirma ako eh. Sige, okay lang. Nung sabihin sa akin ganun yun, siguro mag-aalas 6 na po ng umaga, hindi ko na namalaya na nandun na pala ako sa baba ng building, wala na ako sa ERJ. Parang bumagsak po yung yung buong pagkatao ko, parang kasi po, inakala namin, nila paring journally, na sa engineering ay solid kami. Solid po kami noon time, siguro, ilang taon namin nilaban yun, pati yung pag-union po doon sa ABS-CBN kasi hindi nga po kami miyembro ng union. Kami yung pinakamalaking grupo ng engineering sa loob ng ABS-CBN. Pero wala kaming union, so wala kaming natatanggap na mga regular employee. So sa Makatuwid, hindi kami regular employee po sa ABS-CBN since 1995. Hindi po kompleto yung benepisyong natatanggap namin. Nakompleto lang, nadagdagan lang yung benepisyo namin nung nag-file na kami ng case noong 2002, nadagdagan na yung benepisyo namin. Siguro po kung hindi kami nag-file ng case, baka yung tinatamasa ng mga nasa loob na IJM ngayon, na mga kasama namin, baka hindi pa nila tinatamasa ngayon. So noong pong June 2010 na yun, nung nagpirma na yung mga kasamahan ko, marami nang malungkot, kanya-kanyang kuha na ng gamit. Ako, hindi ko na po inintay na ilabas ako ng guard. Kasi pagka po hindi kayo pumirma, kinabukasan, automatic wala na po kayo sa ABS. At ilalabas na kayo mismo ng guard sa compound. Kinuha ko na po yung gamit ko sa locker. Alas 7 ng umaga, tinignan ko sarili ko po. Ako yung kauna-unahan lumabas doon. Kasunod ko si paring Elmer Evaristo. Dahil magkapit-bahay lang naman po kami sa Caloocan yan, kaya sabay na kami. So, ayun po. So, kaya nandito po ako. Kaya umatin ako. Actually, dapat wala na po ako dito kasi nawala naman na yung galit ko sa ABS eh. Kasi, kumbaga, napatawad ko na sila kung ano po yung nagawa nila sa amin, sa akin. Siguro nandito po ako para lang isang patunay, isang buhay na patunay na may nilabag po ang ABS-CBN pagdating sa labor. Bakit ko po nasabing buhay na patunay? Yung kasamahan ko, namatay sa abroad, si Alan Herrera, kasama namin sa kaso. Siguro po kung hindi nila kami tinanggal, baka buhay pa po si Alan Herrera. Kasi po, nagme-maintenance po yun. Nag-abroad, hindi na nabantayan yung paggagamot niya, hindi na paalalahanan ng asawa, inatake po sa abroad. 2 kasamahan na po namin ang namatay, 2 sa kaso. So, sana po, ang pakiusap ko lang po sa ating mga mambabatas na gumawa ng batas, sa ABS-CBN, kasi mas lalo na po sa mga mambabatas, alam naman po natin na tapos na po yung renewal eh. Kaya nga po binasura ng Supreme Court. So bagong prangkisa na po ang ina-apply po. Tama po ba ang pinag-uusapan dito? Tama po ba? Bagong prangkisa na po. So,
Bagong prangkisa na po ang ina-apply ng ABS-CBN,
Ayun.
pero bago po kasi maibasura yung bago mag-lapse yung prangkisa ng ABS-CBN, nagkaroon na po ng paunang hearing para sa renewal.
Apo.
Kaya po nakasama pa rin yung sa renewal ng ABS-CBN. Bagamat ang pinag-uusapan na po talaga natin ay bagong 25-year application ng prangkisa ng ABS. Bago na po.
okay po. Okay, nilinaw ko lang po kasi po, pagka panibagong prangkisa po yan, pagka bagong aplikante ka, hindi ka mabibigyan eh. Hindi ka o sabihin natin renew. Pero hindi ka mabibigyan kung may issue ka, di ba? Tama po ba ako? Tama po ba? Parang kumukuha ka ng NBI or ano, hindi ka mabibigyan kung may issue ka. Kung may kapangalan ka nga lang sa NBI, hindi ka na mabibigyan ng ano eh. So siguro, para po sa atin lahat, sa ABS po, mas lalo kay Sir Gabi, kasi akala ko before, mamimit ko siya dito dahil doon sa video na nilabas niya noong 2010 na sinabi niya doon sa video na yung sinasabi raw ng isang tao doon, ako yung tinutukoy niya eh. Na hindi raw totoong, kasi sinabi ko po sa mga kasama ko, hindi alam ni Sir Gabi yan, hindi alam ni Ma'am Charo. So sa press ko na ginawa niya, sinabi niya yun na huwag maniwala na hindi raw. So sana po, Sir Gabi, nagkapatawaran na po, panahon ng pandemya siguro. Ito pong pandemya na nangyari sa atin o sa buong mundo, calling na po ito eh. Kay mayaman, mahirap eh. Kay may pera o wala. Ang sa akin po, ang gusto ko lang paalam sa inyo, gusto ko iparating sa inyo, sana po, kung ano po yung nasa batas,